Welcome back everyone, Derch here, and in this video, or this weapon preview, I am bringing you back a gun from Borderlands 2, the Thunderball Fist. Now this is a gun that was a little bit underwhelming in Borderlands 2, it had a little bit of potential, but it never kind of made it to the big leagues. The effect was always cool, that you shoot it, a ball jumps up and then explodes. This one seems to come back to the ground and explode, so it works a little differently. In Borderlands 2, it was like 250%. We don't know what this one is yet. I don't know if that's been fully discovered. And let's go shoot some enemies, see what happens. And I'm going to try shooting them in the head, then shooting them in the feet. Alright, so the orbs do kind of fall back to where you shoot them, it looks like. So I should stop. Alright, so how's that going to work? Alright, it's doing decent damage there, but not fantastic. The Nog got some extra hits there. The bullet speed seems kind of slow. So it's nice there with the Nog. Oh, they got a little too... Whoa, where the fuck did that guy come from? So this should keep my pet alive quite well. So I was hoping the orbs that come down could benefit from my crit skills. But the orbs that come down, they don't seem to be doing a whole lot. And that's kind of the disappointing thing with this, is it was kind of like that way in Borderlands 2 as well. It just didn't really work well. So if you just hit him straight in the head, it's not terrible, but it's not fantastic. So you almost have to just ignore the projectile, or not the projectile, but the orbs, and just go for the heads. And then enemies can get out of the way, but that kind of worked well, the dog getting knocked around. Uh-oh. But yeah, the base damage of it isn't spectacular. And like I said, those extras just aren't really doing a ton. Now, this is, flak doesn't have a ton of synergy here. And that knockback is kind of cool. So, I mean, there I did get the final kill. But it wasn't great. That was not a first awesome one. So, like I said, in Borderlands 2, you had splash damage on the initial pellet. But then that other one would jump up and a big Nova would pop out. So you kind of have to shoot at the feet and get the Nova at their head because it was 250% splash damage. I don't know the breakdown of the damage on this one yet. But this one seems to fall back to where you shoot it. So let me shoot this higher. Let me try shooting the wall. Shoot higher. That's weird. So sometimes it's coming down, sometimes it's exploding on the up. Maybe it's hitting the wall there and that's why it's exploding. So this is flat here. I don't get that. And there it comes down, but they were all the way down to the floor. So I'm not entirely sure the action of it. And I can't really see a splash on the bullet. I don't know if it has it on the initial projectile or not. It might just all be on the extra one. And it is 2 ammo per shot. So let's go ahead and look at the parts and everything. I mean, the gun looks pretty kind of sleek and futuristic and interesting, but almost like a toy. So I've got damage there, recoil height and reload, splash damage radius is good. Elemental damage, where was that splash damage radius on the hammer? And shock. So not a lot of parts on this. I don't think I got a great one. 811 isn't too high for damage. The reload, fire rate, nothing on this is really great. And 14 in a magazine when it's 2 ammo per shot, it's only 7 shots. That isn't fantastic either. So sadly right now, this kind of feels like Borderlands 2. One, it's a little underwhelming. So like I said, those can go down and kill you, but they don't do a great job at it. Oh yeah, he fell down. He didn't even die. It's not very accurate at range. Alright, that's... I cannot kill him with shock damage. Alright, he's down. Alright, now I'll go back to the Thunderball Fist. What is nice about it is I don't have to worry about self-damage with it. So it looks like those can get the crits with flak extra crit skills, which is good. Now I'm assuming like Amara with her elemental skills can get quite a bit more out of this. You just got to get really up close and personal and kind of use the orbs to keep my shield up because it's a transfusion. That's not really working either. Hopefully I get a second wind here. Yeah, the DPS of the thing just isn't that great. Unfortunately, this kind of like Borderlands 2. The concept is awesome. The execution leaves a little bit to be desired. And I think it just flat out needs a stat boost, honestly. I don't have a ton of time with it to really know exactly what it needs, but it just... I think the orb could use a bigger AoE. So if we're going to use this really to get to the orbs... the orbs need to be more effective, because they're not that effective right now. So they need either... I think they need both a radius and a damage increase, honestly. I would need to really play with this a lot more to know. But this thing does not seem that impactful. Because like there, it just... He ran away from me. He didn't get hit by it. And even there, he got hit by a bunch of them, but... It looks like it does kind of like affect guys as they're around it. I think it's got a bit of a Tesla effect, maybe? But it's still not that potent. Because right there, I'm putting a ton of them out, but it's not really doing anything. And these guys are just taking too long to die. I mean, this is shock. It should... That guy had like no health. It should rip him apart. And it's manual fire. It's not automatic, so you have to pull the trigger for every shot, which is weird. I don't really understand why. It would be a lot more fun if you just kind of get a little fire rate, hold down the trigger, and just spam orbs everywhere. That'd at least be interesting. But really, most of these guys, to kill them, I just have to outright kill them. I can't wait for the orbs. They are just not that impactful, so... like I said, Amara could probably kick him up a notch. She's got some shock skills, some splash skills. She's got things that could work with them. But I don't think she would really crank this thing up to that high, because this is not Mayhem here. This is only True Vault Hunter, and you know, with Mayhem, you get a lot more health on enemies, and this thing is barely chewing through this. Maybe adding another element to it with Amara can make it really good, but I'm not even really seeing her make this thing fantastic. Nah, not compared to a lot of the other guns we'd see. So that's interesting and badass. Yeah, this thing is... There we go, I got a good hit there. I gotta be careful not to step in there. At least while he's dead. But yeah, this is just taking a lot of these shots to kill these guys. So that's where it is, like, it's coming down. I'm better off just finishing the guy off with shots. So what are the orbs really doing? You know, there at least maybe they're gonna electrocute the water. I don't know. This thing has kind of let me down. I was excited that this was gonna be back because they've been doing a lot of cool things with a lot of the returning guns. And this one, sadly, is kind of in the same state it was. It's just really cool concept, but not a really great execution. So here, let's just watch that. I mean, my pet just finished him off there. He's just... It's not doing a ton. And I'm chewing through quite a bit of ammo. So I'm going to have to have the crates up. I mean, yeah. I'd like to see the breakdown on what these actual numbers and everything are, because it's not that impressive. And flak, generally, like, I don't have a super OP flak build here intentionally to test this stuff, but it still has a decent amount of DPS on it. And this just is not really taking advantage of anything. We'll see how it does on Trant up here when we get to him. Maybe it'll, because he's kind of slow and stands still a lot, maybe it'll do some cool things there. Yeah, look at this. That's pretty poor. I'm just gonna start chucking some racks at these guys to speed this up. Alright. Yeah, it's pretty much best just treat it like a regular pistol and ignore the special effect, which is kind of dumb.
Distract them.
Alright, so they're down. Let's see what it does to the Chupa here. Then we're gonna have to run around and pick up ammo and hit them with some racks first. Yeah, this is pretty slow there. This is what I'm talking about. I'm getting so many of these shots out there with the orbs falling right on them. And it's really doing nothing. Although he did drop his legendary, so that's cool. Or a legendary, I should say. Yep, the organ. Anything else cool? Nope. Alright, let's go get this little twerp over here, and then we'll head back to Trant and see what we do. Hit up ammo on the way, because I'm a little nervous about that. probably going to be throwing some more racks here on out just to conserve some ammo. I think we've kind of seen what it does against a lot of trash mobs here. So, you know, let me know if you guys have found any cool ways to use this gun or ways to really crank it up. I mean, I can see some potential to make it decent, but I don't see any potential to really make it great. Yeah, the 2 ammo per shot really hurts, only being a 7-shot gun. That's a little sad days.
Distract them.
See if I can get around back. Okay. He died super fast. And, of course, dropped his gun. That's weird. What's nice is... from today's patch, this is back. There's only a 0.3 second cooldown on it now instead of a 2 second. So it's back in action, which makes me really happy. Maybe I was carrying some overkill bonus or something in there. I don't know. But yeah, he seemed to really melt under it. But maybe he's got like 0 health bar and he's all shield. I don't really know the percentage of his health. I should probably look at that. I think enemies in this one, like, you kind of see, like, chunks of a bar. I don't know if that correlates to size of health and everything. See what I mean? Like, the 4 and the 4 there. Are those ever uneven, I wonder?
Let the hunt take you.
So, like I said, I'm just going to be more effective and just throw a bunch of racks here. And, you know, worry less about the gun and save some ammo. Because I'm a little worried about having enough ammo to finish this. And just having to, like, run around forever and pick up ammo. I don't like doing that. It just kind of takes the pacing out of things. Alright.
Best to close your eyes. They like you.
So now that I'm just ignoring that and straight up shooting guys in the head or nogs, trying to get to their back. Nice thing, this can kind of shoot around their shields a little bit. That guy is just dodging like a mother. I have some racks. Where is he? Back him in the corner, treat him like baby. Because flak can put baby in a corner. If anyone can, flak can. Alright, there I just kind of put them all over the place. So I'm getting a little more efficient with it, but it's still not fantastic. I'm pretty much just ignoring it and using it like a regular gun, and that's sad because you should want to take advantage of the special effect. I wonder if I can just get a bunch of those orbs up there. It didn't really seem that effective. I'm just kind of spraying and praying orbs all over the place. But like, so yeah, you get that knockback, but like it wasn't killing anybody. I know it's shock and not. Look at these guys. They got that knockback, but they're fine. I mean, you saw me just do that Amara, my Amara build the other day, just wrecking the hell out of everything. And then this thing just doesn't do shit. Can I get to your crit spot? Yeah, so all those are like falling right on its crit spot. Just tiny damage. They definitely do not have the Borderlands 2 damage on them. I mean, as a crowd control gun, it's got some like fun play, but even that takes too long. Alright, so my racks should have taken care of it. No, they didn't. That guy just won't die. I mean, so Moe's has some splash synergy and could make it shoot really long time. I don't know if the orbs get grenade damage, but that could be an effect with Moe's to maybe crank it up. But I think Moe's just has better guns. I've been told Zane really likes small magazines. But this doesn't even seem to like burn through that fast. Yeah, this is pretty weak. Very weak. I'm pretty worried about Trompt, actually. I think I've got enough ammo. I'm just not thinking it's going to be very effective on him, but there was that one Nog that just, or not Nog, but Private Beans, it wrecked him. I have no idea what happened there, but it wrecked him. So, yeah, maybe I can get some nice RNG and, alright, so it's working well on his shield. It is a shotgun. And he is a big target that's standing still. So take down the shield fast. Let's keep my pet alive. So it's doing good here. But now it's starting to slow down quite a bit now that I don't have that shotgun shield bonus. It didn't even keep him alive, so it's not doing much damage at all. Because usually when I'm really shooting, oh no, my pet is alive. That's his skull, not my pet. So I was able to kill him a lot faster than I thought I could. So maybe this is one of those things that's a lot bigger on big, slow targets. Ooh. Knife drain. That's interesting. That sounds like a pretty nice melee relic. Hey, how do I not have that head? I figured I've found most of the world drop heads now. That's a cool find. Alright, let's see anything else. I have backpack space now, so there. Yeah, so it did pretty decent on the boss, but you know, he has a lot of shields and he's a big target that didn't really move and he just took all the orbs falling on him. But as decent as that just was there are so many insane bossing combos now that I don't think this is gonna win any awards for that, sadly. Sorry to be so down on this gun, guys. Like I said, I was pretty pumped when I saw it come to the game. The fact that you don't need to charge is cool. The animation looks nice, like seeing that orb float around, that's pretty slick. But normally this would hurt you, but I have to transform around. But sadly, it's just lacking. Let's see if I can get some Gorilla in the Mist coolness with it. Not really. Yeah. This thing is just kind of sad. So it's got a little bit of potential, but it needs some love. Now the good news is Gearbox is giving some love to guns. We just had a patch or a hot fix today that addressed some stuff, and they said they're addressing more. So maybe this can get a buff. Gearbox, if you're watching, do something to this gun. I haven't used it enough to really have like great advice on how to fix it. But stat-wise, the thing looks lackluster. I don't think I have another Hyperion pistol to compare it to. Do not. But I mean, I know that's like a red text gun, but just all of it is lackluster. If you're going to keep the small mag, up the base damage so the effect can be better. I don't know if the speed of the orb following has to be picked up a little bit so it can just be more efficient. You're not waiting so long for that damage to happen. That could help, but I really think the radius needs to go up on that orb. It's not tiny, but it's not as big. It doesn't look as big as it was in Borderlands 2. And it wasn't really like nailing a lot of enemies. I think the splash damage percent on that needs to go up. I don't know what it is in Borderlands 2. I'm pretty sure it's 250% of gun damage, which is why the low damage was okay. On this, it does not feel like that at all. So a bigger radius, more damage, and maybe just some stat tweaking. You know, and this is a gun I wouldn't even mind if this was a charge-up gun, if it had the damage to be worth it. I think that would actually be cool with a Thunderball Fist. You know, you really charge it up, and maybe the longer you charge it, the bigger the explosion. I don't know. And there's lots of ideas, but the way it is now, I mean, you've just taken too many. You know, these are trash mobs, and I'm spending a lot of ammo to take out kind of boring enemies. Let's see, I think I have a big guy here. So that was, you know, that was a whole action skill to take out one not so badass. You know, those guys are somewhat tough, but they're not hugely tough. So it does good on the Nogs. That's weird. Maybe they're just mostly shield. Well, you know, he's just gonna run away from it. So, you know, he's never getting hit by it. Kind of what I mean. I love this. I would love if this became amazing. So, once again, anybody from Gearbox, if you are watching, please find a way to really crank this gun up and make it a cool gun worthwhile. I think the effect is so awesome. I think it's a really interesting, unique gun that if it was a little stronger, we could see some awesome, fun, interesting builds with. And this is the kind of gun that, like, Borderlands is all about. Just like a crazy, weird-ass, cool effect on a gun that is fun to play with. And this one, unfortunately, just is not that fun to play with because it just doesn't really do that much. So, yeah, sorry everyone for being a little dour on this, but it is what it is. I'm going to tell the truth. And I just prefer to be more positive on things. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you guys have not. Also, hit that notification bell. Follow me on all the social media links. And thanks for watching. I will see you later. Bye.